Well, for more on this, we can cross to our Washington correspondent, Philip Crowther, who's standing by. Philip, hello, thank you for being with us. First, are we getting a clear idea of what Trump will actually say this evening?
Yeah, more than anything, we know what Donald Trump won't do with this Iran nuclear deal and what he won't be able to do. He won't withdraw from it unilaterally. That's simply something he cannot do, according to the text that was actually signed by all the negotiating partners. And of course, remember also, this is not a deal just between the United States and Iran. Even if the United States was to withdraw, it would continue existing. But that is not something that the White House will be doing. Also, Donald Trump will not be announcing that he and his administration will start renegotiating the nuclear deal either. Both of those were actually campaign promises from Donald Trump. He said he would end the deal, he would renegotiate it. There won't be any of that today. Instead, you've heard this verb already, he will decertify it. Now, this means, he says that basically Iran is not in the spirit of the agreement. That is more or less a part of the JCPOA official text. What this means is that he's basically sending this to Congress, and Congress will then have three options as to what it can do, not with the deal itself, but whether it agrees with the deal or not. Now, Congress can, first of all, do nothing. In that case, there's no risk for the nuclear deal. It remains in place. Congress can also reimpose sanctions, those sanctions that were stopped as part of the deal. In that case, well, it's in serious danger. And then there's the third option that's actually preferred by the White House. It wants a larger scope approach to Iran, one that includes financing for terrorist groups abroad. It wants to include the missile program of Iran. It wants to include the Revolutionary Guards in Iran. If any of those do anything wrong in the eyes of Congress, then it could reimpose sanctions as well. That is the preference that the White House has, but the decision won't be taken straight away by this president. He's basically telling Congress it's now up to you, and they will have 90 days before the next moment when Donald Trump will again have to certify or not certify this deal.
And how much has Trump's stance changed on this issue?
Oh, it's changed significantly. After all, he said he was going to basically rip this deal to shreds. It was, in his opinion, on the campaign trail, before being president, one of the worst deals ever that the United States could have signed. One of his big campaign promises when it comes to foreign policy was to get out of that deal. Now, he's been very frustrated because he simply has not been able to, because of the approval that he had to give, the certification he had to give to Congress, by which he showed and proved that Iran was in compliance with the deal, which it is. The whole administration knows that Iran is in compliance with the nuclear deal. Hence why large parts of the administration are simply not on board with the US president. This is largely his decision alone, together with an intimate group of advisors in the White House, and everybody else has basically had to follow along. We know that in the Pentagon, the defense secretary basically likes this deal, and in the State Department, Rex Tillerson, the Secretary of State, also largely likes the deal. Now, that's how Donald Trump has had to evolve on this front. Congress also might have evolved, because basically all Republicans in Congress were against this deal when it was signed in 2015 by the Obama administration. They now have the chance to basically undo it, but whether they have the political will to do that is another question altogether.
Philip Crowther reporting there from Washington. Thank you very much for that.